My name is Andrew Wang, and a good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. And I'm from Singapore, and I'm now based in Perth, Australia for 15 years. So prior to that, I was in Melbourne, Australia, close to 4 years. So my background is in aviation maintenance management aerospace, where I completed my undergraduate at Amway Aeronautical University, Daytona Beach, Florida in 1994. So what we do is, at AlliedSignal Aerospace, where I was in Singapore then, as a remanufacturing engineer, is, to keep the planes flying, on the back of a 747 and the bigger Airbus A380, you see smoke trails coming from tail. There's actually a little engine at the back, which serves as a backup power supply and to start the main engines and also to provide air conditioning. So some of the network companies that I've been involved with included Nikken. Nikken is a US-based company. In 2015, they decided to pull out of 14 countries because they only accounted for 6% of the global sales for them. And I was also in Amway and Shop.com. Shop.com and this Lifewave, they have very similar compensation plan, but the only difference is that they don't have the product introductory bonus like what Lifewave has. So if you have, let's say, somebody who sign up and they are not active, you can't earn any commissions from them. But the good thing about Lifewave is, the people who sign up, they don't have to be active. And then they can, as long as they upgrade their enrollment or they introduce somebody to the business, they can always earn something. And what I like about Lifewave, and I saw the potential compared to Shop.com, is a lot of people, they don't like to take nutrition because first and foremost, it's evasive. They have to consume something. And in Shop.com, I used to do a lot of trial size where I have given trial size samples nutrition for people to try, 80 over people. And the thing with it is people will procrastinate, they don't take the nutrition, or they just find that, oh, I don't have a problem, and I don't need it. But with the patches, I do demo patches, people can see a difference if they have pain or any discomfort. And what I like about Lifewave is you can even patch it on young children. Like there's one testimonial I didn't share. Before going to Melbourne a couple of days, my youngest daughter was coughing very badly, and especially at night. And I told her, I said, you have to improve your cough, because if we get to the airport, it's gonna create a lot of tension, and probably have to do rat tests and so forth. And I put the patches on her, and my eldest daughter said, I would like to try the Silent Night. So I put the Silent Night on both of them, and both of them slept through the night. And with the isotonic Shop.com, no, my dad has been taking isotonics for 2 years, and he still has pain in the feet. And the problem with nutrition is, after a while, some people get tired of taking it. They don't like sour taste or whatever it is. But the patches are different. People just put the patch on their clothing and their body, and that's what I like about the Lifewave patches. Yeah. So I never made much money in network marketing, as I had some customers and many not consuming regularly, and I wasn't approaching enough and the right people with the business mindset. Now, I attended a multi-level marketing university through an online and phone calls that was based in the US more than 15 years ago. And we had an assigned coach, and the online training taught us how to prospect, talk to strangers, and also to handle objections. So why Lifewave, and who introduced it to me? Now, at the time I was in Shop.com and have been doing it for close to 3 years, so I kept my options open. And I was willing to hear what Lifewave was about. My Shop.com business was not making much money. And I find it difficult to get people to buy or continue nutrition, household cleaners, and so forth. A lot of people in Australia, they don't want to spend money on their health. They are contented with, their beers, their cigarettes, their chocolates, and so forth. And Michelle Chong, she's based in Melbourne, Australia. She introduced Lifewave to me. And I joined on the 16th of January this year. I ordered and received my Go enrollment patches, and they came 6 weeks later due to a flood in Adelaide, which damaged the railway line connecting the East Coast to Western Australia. So some personal testimonials. The first testimonial is an Indonesian lady in her 60s in Perth. And I shared with the older sister, they run a grocery shop here, about, we have some patches that can help people to sleep and so forth. And then she said, my younger sister cannot sleep. She's been taking sleeping pills for many years. She's tried different nutrition and it doesn't work for her. So the older sister was very caring. She ordered the patches for her to try. And when the younger sister got the patches, I asked her, how are the patches working for you? And she said, I used to wake up at least 3 times a night. And after getting up, I can no longer go back to sleep. But when I use the Silent Night and the Aeon, I sleep at 10 o'clock at night and I get up at 4 a.m. Very consistent. And I'm very happy that that's good enough for me. And she said, I stopped taking the sleeping pills. And because of not being able to sleep before, her health, her energy level was very low. But after using the Silent Night and Aeon, her energy levels came back. The second testimonial is my 82-year-old dad. My 82-year-old dad had knee problem, and on his right knee, many years ago, my mom said that he did not do the knee replacement because the doctors could not convince him of 100% recovery. So whenever he had knee pain, my sister would take him to the GP, or we call it the general practitioner, a doctor, to inject something in the knee. And I told my mom about the Lifewave patches. So on the April of this year, my mom said that, dad's got pain in the knee, his right knee, and he can't stand up. So I told her, in the morning to try patching one X39 on the left of the pain and one X39 on the right of the pain, in addition to the earlier X39 that she was using on GB14, which is on the back of the neck. And about noontime, she said that, his pain has reduced and he can stand up and walk. Now, the third testimonial I have is a Malaysian cook in Perth. And, I just went to his small little restaurant shop, and he had pain in the head because he caught a chill from the cold wind and his feet was hurting. A lot of people in the food industry, they stand a lot and long duration, and many have pain in the feet. So what I did was I patched one ice wave on his head and one set on his feet. The pain subsided for both, but then he was not willing to buy. The fourth testimonial I have is a male owner of a laundry business in his 60s, and he has Parkinson's. And his left feet was swollen. And I could see that he was in pain, and he was limping when he was walking. He's also a forklift operator and he takes medication. And because of the Parkinson's, whenever he has pain, he says that I cannot operate the forklift because you need to be very focused, or else you can damage goods while operating the machine. So that afternoon, when I went to the shop, I put an AON on GB14, which is on the back of the neck, and the ice wave on the left of the ankle area. And after a few minutes, the pain subsided, and my missus and I noticed that he was walking a lot quicker without limping. And I will follow up with his wife to order some of the patches. What do I do to share Lifewave to others? Now, a lot of work with positive attitude creates a lot of income, right? I started Lifewave by talking to people in the school, in the shops, restaurants, both cold and warm contacts. I do demo patching with people I know and strangers. You can see on the right, I have my little demo cooler bag with my surgical tape and the patches. The cooler bag is great where when the patches are in the car or outside, when the sun is hot, especially in summer here, we can hit for a couple of days of 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit. Now I face a lot of rejections, or some people are just busy or not ready, but then you get used to it and move on. And I need now to focus on people with an entrepreneurial mindset. Consumers are great, for cash flow, but every business you need cash flow for expenses. Some prospect concerns and how I address them. The first one I have is a dental receptionist. I shared with her the Lifewave patches, and she had very old aging pain on her back, and she was using a heat pack, and I put an AON and ice wave on the pain, and the pain subsided. So I sent her some information on Lifewave, but then when she looked at the price, she said, wow, $4.70 Australian per patch. For 3 months is too expensive for me. But then I told her, people who go and see an acupuncture here, they spend about $40 to $80. And it saves you time, and and you can patch it yourself. But then she was happy because her out of pocket is only $4. So I said it's okay. So there are again people who just like to continue seeing an acupuncture or their doctor. That's fine. Now the other lady I have is an Indian lady here. She's in the beauty line, and she does massage and so forth. And she was a referral by my Indonesian client. And this lady has a lot of pain because ongoing physical massage, and and when I did the AON patch on her, she felt a little bit of relief on the back. And she said, no, you come back and see me when I'm more busy. I want to see how it really works with the pain. So I sent her some information on Lifewave, and I've been following up with her. And then, she did some research. She said that, I look at the website and the reviews are 50-50. I'm not sure if it works. So my approach to her is, I said, look, if you Google, right, things on iPhone and Samsung, you will always find negative feedback. But then, if you look at it, they won't be selling so many phones, right? And Samsung and iPhones are the most popular phones that people use nowadays. And and I shared with her also my client in Bull Creek. She benefited from the sleeping patches and so forth. Again, you will have people who are always concerned or worried about. That's fine. Now, how long do I need to use the patches? Now, this is a very good question that's often asked. And I would tell people, if you want to try the patches, give it 3 to 6 months to really experience the benefit of the patches. However, it is good to continue using the patches because the patches are great for managing pain. It can also help boost your antioxidants, your stamina, your stem cells. And people use the patches for detox. And they help to promote general well-being. And I'd like to thank Michelle Chong for introducing me to Lifewave. She nearly gave up on me because we tried to arrange a few appointments with Johnson Sam, and because of difference in schedule timing, she told me, I think you better focus on shop.com. But I told her, look, I'm still willing to find out what Lifewave is, and glad that we persisted. And also we are blessed to have leaders like Johnson, Agnes, Ronald, Guan Chun, Jin Long, Brother Roy, Tito, and Rick, in doing the weekly presentations for us and helping us in building the Lifewave business. Thank you.